Last year, I made a video on how I repaired my hose. Well, that same hose has sprung another leak. You guys were very excited about the tips I shared last time, so today I'm going to show you how I'm going to repair the hose again. Now, I don't have to tell you how expensive hoses are, and really, I want to do everything I can to extend the life of my hose. So when this started happening, and it became its own little sprinkler, I knew it was time to do another repair. The only difference is this time I'm not using an expensive brass connector. I picked this up from Dollar General. They originally sell for $1. I may have gotten this even for 50 cents. And I'm going to try to use this today to make the repair. I also have my hot water so that I can soften it, a screwdriver, and a pair of scissors to trim the hose evenly on each side. And I can see, that it's damaged. The outside is starting to split. It's cut in a couple of places here. So I'm going to come back maybe to here and just eliminate this whole part that has some problems and get back to a better section of the hose without having to give up very much of the hose length. Now I'm using my Cutco scissors here. They just make light work of that and easier for me than trying to use a box cutter. This is much easier. Oop, I got a piece of wood in there, and one-handed at that. All right, with our two clean ends, let's get our hot water. I'm gonna dip the first end of my hose into some hot water. I just made a pot of tea, hot water, and that really helps this get more flexible and pliable. You can see the difference even right here. I can even bend that over. Now I'm gonna take one of the connectors. I'm gonna unscrew it a little bit so it can go down over the hose. Just like so. Like that. Now I'm going to take this ribbed connector, slide it inside, and warming up that hose makes this part go a lot easier. That's all the way on. Now I'm going to slide this down. I may have to unscrew it just a little bit more and then tighten it up. I don't want to strip my screws in case I need to take this back out later, but I do want to get it as snug as possible to reduce the chances of it leaking. All right, pretty tight, pretty snug and secure. Of course, the real test will be when we turn it on. Now, let's do the other side. So basically, this is rinse and repeat. I'm going to unscrew this piece a little bit. We've got some room here to slide it over the hose. I'm going to dip my hose in some hot water. Again, just to make that more pliable and softer. I'm going to slide this over the hose. Oh, got to open it up a little bit. Same thing. Over the hose. Now, we connect those two pieces together. I'm just going to warm that up a little bit more again. And here we go. Pressing those two together. Voila. I'm going to turn that over so my screws are on the same side. Push that up. Get that nice and snug together. Now I'm just going to flip it over and get everybody tightened down. I'm not an expert at this, but I'm getting a little better. Same thing, I don't want to strip the screws. Now I can tell you, definitely can tell this is cheaper. The screws are taking a bit of a beating. But now, here comes the real test. Does it leak? Let's turn the water on and find out. I can hear the water going through the hose. I turned off the other end to build up the pressure. So now we can see it starting to pressurize there. But what I don't see are leaks, and it's not spraying out. That does look like I could tighten it up just a little bit more, so I'm going to do that. Give me a different screwdriver for these projects. I just grabbed a quick one out of the house, but clearly I could have done better. That seemed to pull away just a little bit. It's feeling the pressure a little bit more now, I think. But it's going to have to operate under pressure. That's the whole point. All right. Whoa! Well, I gave that a little pressure test to see if that worked. That did not. So let's try again. Okay, I've got a better screwdriver now, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten this side up while I'm here. There we go. We got that tightened all the way down now. I'm going to actually loosen this one up a little bit and slide it back down to make room to put the flange in. All right, there's that. And another dip in the hot water. Soften that up. Pull in this other piece here. Let's connect them together again. Let's try this again. Push that all the way on this time. I did that last time too. Maybe I have to loosen that up just a little bit more. All right, got that pushed down now. Here we go. And I'm not going to try to roll it around. It'll be easier for me to hold the hose like this. All right, that's as tight as that's going. Let's take a look at this side. There. Now, I'm going to give it a pull this time without any pressure on it. I think that's better. All right, now let's put some pressure on it. All right, here goes the water. Let's see how it does this time. So far, so good. We can see the pressure building. You can tell because the hose is starting to flip over there. The pressure is building up inside. And look, this hose is 5 years old. I am just trying to extend its life for at least one more season or for some utility things. If this doesn't work out, I'll just cut that there and make a new end. But this is feeling a little better this time. And this time I can't pull it apart. So the trick, just like on my last video, was making sure I got this tight enough to do the job. But I will tell you, with these cheap screws, if you're looking for a permanent fix, one of these cheap ones is probably not the answer. I would probably go back to the brass connectors with the hose clamp instead. But it's holding. And that is a very good thing. And for only $1 or 50 cents or whatever I paid for this, it makes a much less expensive investment, makes a cheaper investment in trying to get my hose repaired. And that, my friends, is how you can mend a split in your hose on the cheap. But make sure you have a good screwdriver to do this. And if you want to pick up some of those cheap parts to do it, just know you're probably not going to get the same long-term benefit from it. But if you're like me and you're just trying to stretch that hose out, pun intended, for another season, this just might do the trick. Now, if you want to check out the original video where I put the brass end on this hose, be sure to check out this video over here. And until next time, my friends, remember to drink plenty of water, wear that high quality sunscreen, and as always, have a fantastic day.